4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up guys? Nerd here coming at you with another video. Really excited to say I made it to top 500, one of the few D.Va mains in the world, unless you're counting Korea, in which everybody's a D.Va main, I kid. But there are certainly a lot more over there than there are in the US. I am one of only a handful that actually main D.Va and have made it to top 500, so I'm pretty excited. That said, that's not what this video is about. This video is about me sharing some tips for you. The first thing I think we need to start with, though, before I start showing you my gameplay and general strategies, is starting from the very basics. And I'm going to start with sensitivity, because I think being able to control the hero is just as important as knowing how to play the hero. When talking about sensitivity, there's really two settings you need to be concerned with. Your computer mouse speed, which is commonly termed DPI, and your in-game sensitivity. Most of you know your computer mouse speed ranges between, 200 to, at the very high end of things, 7,200, 10,200, something like that. Your in-game sensitivity probably ranges from either 1 to 100 or 1 to 10, depending on the game. That said, those two settings combined make up how fast your character turns, so you can have different combinations of either one, but in the end, multiple combinations will get you the same turn speed. So what high-level players and pros usually refer to instead of mouse sensitivity and in-game sensitivity is what we call centimeters per 360. That's the literal movement of the mouse across the mouse pad. So how many centimeters do I have to move my mouse across my mouse pad to do one 360? For some context, most pro players who play heroes like Tracer or heroes that require a lot of aim are looking at around 15 to 30, maybe even 50 centimeters per 360. So that's really making use of your elbow, extending out, that sort of thing. Now when it comes to the heroes that don't require as much aim, you have a little more flexibility. And the reason you have that flexibility is because the only benefit to having a slower centimeters per 360 is that you can more easily aim those really minutiae, distance changes easier than if you were playing on something like a 5 centimeters per 360. That said, I used to play at 2 centimeters per 360 when I first started playing, and I can tell you that most of you will probably call BS, but that is what I played on, which, is nearly unheard of. I made it to Grandmaster with heroes like Tracer and Ana, but it wasn't ideal. It's doable. I think that if you're comfortable at that turn speed, then don't change it. I mean, there are benefits, though, to slowing down for certain heroes. Let me explain. So Winston, let's take pro player Miro, for example. He uses, I think, around a 5 to 7 centimeters per 360. The reasoning is that for a hero like Winston, you get no benefit in having a slower centimeters per 360. The reason is that Winston's not going to miss. The only reason you would want a slow turn speed for Winston is if for some reason that is just how bad your tracking is, and I don't think any of you guys have that bad at tracking. So crank it up for heroes like that, because your main goal is to get in and get out. You want to be able to turn fast, get away, go in, get out, sort of thing. Same with D.Va. You want to be able to matrix quickly, turn, shoot away, dive, spin around in circles, all that stuff very fast. That way you can get the most out of abilities like matrix. I personally play on 7.77 centimeters per 360, and of course I use the calculator that I'll put in below to get that number. But that's been working pretty well for me, and I can still play some of the heroes I normally play, like Soldier, Ana, Tracer, all fine. But I would recommend checking out some of the pros usage of mouse speeds. I'll link that below. That'll give you some context as to what the higher level community is using. For D.Va specifically, I would certainly recommend between like 5 and 15 centimeters per 360. You honestly don't want to be much slower than that. That's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, you always feel free to ask them below. I'll be posting more videos soon. Thanks.